Okay, now we've got this big pile of fat here that came out of there. I don't know, it weighs several pounds, I guess. And this is the meat side of the brisket. This is the fat side. And see how I've opened this up and cut that. All this fat came mostly out of this section right here. So you turn it back over, and um, the next thing we need to do is inject this. Injection is very important. I go and I get some hot water over here. This is already has hot water made in it, and I get the hot water in here and mix this. See the hot water, about 3/4 of a cup, and then this Fab B. You got to buy this Fab B. Get on the internet. It's got all the good stuff inside it. It smells yummy too. So we're gonna make a paste out of it, an injection. We'll put some in there, stir it in. It's like a dark thing of cocoa. So get that good and stirred. Then we're gonna come over here, and this is just a cheap injection thing you can get in Academy or wherever you like to shop. And I'm gonna draw it in here. Okay. And then I'm just gonna go and inject this puppy till it kind of, you can see it squirts out somewhere. It's squirting out there. I'm gonna come over here and do the same thing. Coming back at me real quick. Pump it up a little bit till I see it come out. Get some more. Just get in there and pump it up. Just filling that brisket full of stuff. Juices. It's gonna make it tasty. Some people, and I use hot water. That's just what I like to use. But some people use apple juice, whatever your favorite, to mix that. You get it to, coming way out here. So that means it's going all the way through this brisket. That's a good thing. We're just going to keep on doing this till we get the whole thing injected. This is what makes it really, really yummy. My son said it tastes like ribeye after I get done with it. So you take a cheap piece of meat and turn it into ribeye. That ain't bad. Whoop, come out the bottom there. Put it wherever it'll take it. Whoa! Squirted all the way across the room. It squirts back at you sometimes. What can I say? So I think that's full. We're going to save this sauce for later. Now, follow me over here. And I have a pan, just a regular cookie sheet pan you can buy at Walmart or wherever your favorite shopping place is. And I cover it with foil for the fact that I don't like washing dishes. So because I don't like washing dishes, I can peel this foil over off later when my brisket's done. And I just throw away the foil, and this is ready to kind of rinse and go back into the cabinet. So, now, the second thing is, get you some, I'm not recommending this brand, but you can get you some cookie sheets, okay? They're 10 by 16 inch cookie sheets. That's right here. And these things are made to where they just fit perfectly in your pan. And then you're going to put your brisket on top of here. But before we do that, we need to go season our brisket. And we're going to put our brisket in here. We're going to season it up. And then we're going to put it in the refrigerator for 2 hours and let it kind of enjoy these juices. So we're going to get our fat pan out of here. We don't need it anymore. We'll cook this down and we feed it to our dogs, and our dogs really like it. Except my big lab, he'll eat too much of it and then he'll go throw up, and that's gross. Anyway.
I think you could have left that out.
Okay.
He was going to come get you.
So, again, this is the meat side. The other side is the fat side. We cook the fat side up. So the first thing I do is I put salt on it. And I do a generous amount of salt. Important. Salt really enhances the flavor, brings out the flavor, and as you can see, I'm putting a generous amount of salt on it. Okay, we're going to save that for the other side. And then the next thing I like is pepper, black pepper. I use it by truckload, so I put a generous amount of black pepper on it. Need this anyway. Okay, got that done. Next thing is I use a little Cajun because my wife likes a little spice with her meat. So put a generous amount of that on there. Gives it a nice red coloring too. Later, this is going to build a nice crust. We're going to like that. Next thing is, if I can find it, paprika. I put paprika on it. That adds another layer of color. If you're barbecuing for contest, they like that color as part of what they judge you on. And then I just add whatever your favorite rub is. I just happen to have Head and Country, got that at Cabela's, works for me. It's got some other seasonings in there, some thyme and different things. It'll just add to the flavor. That's it. So I just come over, flip it over like this, and now we've got the fat side. This is the side that's going to be cooking up ways. And excuse me while I get the kind of grease off my hand. And then I do the same thing. I go back over and I generously salt my brisket. I've never had too much salt on it. I don't know why, but it does make it flavorful. It brings out all the other flavors that you put on our pepper. Yeah. When this thing crusts up out there on the barbecue pit, all that stuff bakes into that crust, and my wife really loves that crust. Again, Cajun seasoning. the last thing is the rub. Okay, and a while ago, I said we're going to save this. And this is where we're going to save it. Now, again, this is the fat side up. We're going to pour this over a whole entire brisket. It's empty. And then I have Worcestershire sauce. I put it in a spray bottle because when I'm cooking on the pit, I can spray it and it saturates everything. But here, we're just gonna use Worcestershire. This is Lee and Perrin Worcestershire sauce. I'm just gonna add generous amounts over it. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Again, this is a defrost. This is not frozen. This is room temperature right now. We're going to put it in the refrigerator, and every 30 minutes we're going to flip it. That's all we're going to do. Just flip it in this juice that's in the bottom of this pan. We're going to do that for 2 hours, and then we're going to take it to the pit, and I'll show you the secrets about the pit.